Let's talk for a few minutes, probably we'll go into break fairly soon, but let's talk about some of the races for Congress, perhaps that were surprising. The nation was following several of them. Let's talk about perhaps the one that was most watched by the nation between Democrat Patrick Murphy and Republican, I guess the word that you hear the most, firebrand, Allen West. That race is still up in the air as we speak because Mr. West is contesting it. Let's see, which one of you, Brandon, I guess probably I read stories by you more than anyone else about this race, but talk about that race, what it kind of symbolizes perhaps in the larger context and why it's important.
Well, first of all, I mean, you look at Allen West, here's a guy that was elected in this sort of Tea Party election of 2010. There was a big wave of conservative turnout across the state, and that helped propel him. Also, though, you look at redistricting. Because of the way that Allen West was redistricted, he actually changed seats. And I think that that may have affected him some. He was with voters who did not know him as well. He was with some voters who may not have voted in his race the first time around. You look at somebody like Patrick Murphy. Murphy stressed, I'm a moderate Republican, but I don't like this Tea Party stuff. And he said that he was running against Allen West because of your quotes and your votes. And he successfully, I think, made a big issue of the fact that Allen West has a tendency to say things that are controversial, to say the least. He's compared Democrats to communists. He's compared their propaganda efforts to Joseph Goebbels. And I think that that doesn't always sit well with people who may not necessarily agree with the Democratic Party, but they don't like that sort of partisan rhetoric. And I think when you bring that into a new district and you have the kind of Democratic mini wave we kind of saw in Florida this year, I think it makes it very hard for somebody like Allen West to get elected. The fact that he kept it close is a sign that it was still a pretty tough campaign.
He also was one of the top fundraisers among all congressional candidates nationwide, so I mean, he was on TV quite a bit.
He raised money a lot nationally, and I think that that's part of what may have made him look a little bit more secure than he was the fact that he was able to draw on Tea Party networks nationally for funding. I'm not sure if that translated to votes, though.